All right, English 12. This is e-learning for Monday, March 23rd. So we're going to continue reading Death of a Salesman. So your reading assignment is right here on the page. So stop where Charlie says Jesus, because then the scene shifts. So this scene, Willie visits Charlie's office, his neighbor, right, who offered him a job. We find out some things about how their relationship has been here lately with Willie losing his salary, and he's only working on commission now. So that's the first part of it. And then Willie has a flashback to Biff's big day on the football field. So that's kind of what's going on there. We're reverting back to when Biff was, 15, 16 and a star high school football player. Okay. But what we're going to focus on in this scene is the contrast between Biff and his childhood neighbor, Bernard, okay, as an adult. Willie snaps out of his flashback and him and Bernard have a conversation, and we find out a little bit about Biff and we find out a little bit about Bernard, okay? So as you're reading, what you need to look for is one quote from this reading only that shows how they turned out very differently. All right, like I said, there's more than enough stuff there. There's more than one quote to use. So just, copy the quote, type it up, and tell me the page number as well, please. Okay, so think about what we already know about Biff, right? He's 34. He's been hopping from job to job to job for the last 10 years or so. We find out a few more things about what happened with Biff in high school in this scene as well. And we know how things are for him now that he's come back one more time home from whatever job he's just left. Also, think about, how we've seen Bernard earlier in the play. Okay, he was the one that came over in the last flashback and was telling Willie that Biff was failing his math class. And he needed to take that seriously if he wanted to hopefully end up going to college on a football scholarship. Okay, so we've seen that scene already. And now we're going to meet Bernard as an adult. All right, so your assignment, and please listen carefully, your assignment eventually is going to be writing a very short paragraph, okay, just 6 sentences that compare and contrast where these two men are in their lives, okay? So what you need to do today is just read that section, which is only about 7 or 8 pages long, and look for one quote that you can use to show me the contrast between the two. Obviously, Biff has not turned out well, and you'll find out what happens to Bernard as you read. Okay, so again, just write down those quotes and page numbers, and then based on those two things that you found, come up with a thesis statement that's very simple, very general, that just compares the two. Okay, so I don't need to know the specific thing about them, but just what is different about them in general. Okay, and that's all you need to do today. All right, don't write the paragraph yet. I'll give you some more instructions tomorrow, and I'll review a few things, how to use quotes and things like that. So all you need to send me are the 2 quotes and your thesis statement. If you have any questions about what is going on or what does this mean, feel free to email me, and I'll answer that as soon as I can. Okay? All right. See you tomorrow. One last thing I wanted to mention, I am starting to post YouTube links to these assignments. So look on Google Classroom and you should be able to see that. Okay? Later.